Give
Ray.
my dog his treat.
Oh,
We
yes.
start.
A treat for the new year.
Here you go, Ozzy Osbourne.
oh, oh, man. Thank every one of you for joining us for another episode of Retro Rewind, Season 3. Thank you guys for joining us.
Season 3.
Man, it has been so long since we've all got together. We got a bunch to catch up on. We got Christmas. We have New Year's. We've been playing new games. Jeff, what have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just hiding out from the snow here in Canada. Not as much snow as you get, SPG and Miz Tracey, but picked up 2 new games over the holidays. One for the GameCube, which I'll be playing next month, Ghost Recon, and then another game that I've been playing, which I've really been liking, although it's a tad racist. Gun on the
Gun.
PlayStation 2.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
Again, I put warnings on my stream. I didn't make the game. I don't make the racistness.
Well, they have a few names. They say Chinaman, which is extremely racist nowadays. And apparently a bunch of settlers were like abducted and brainwashed, so they're always yelling out white savages all the time.
Yeah.
Watch out, the white savages. It's quite incredible. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, no, that's so. Yeah, so I found if we get time at the end of the day, we can talk about the top 10 racist games. Mind you, it's a really old list.
Very.
But again, things were different back. This is supposed to take place in the Wild West.
Is there a list?
It is. Hey, if we get to it, there's
if
10.
we get to it, hey, I don't.
Hey, it's Miz Tracey. You know it's good when you go to the article and all the images are gone. They're all redacted.
All the images are gone.
Yeah.
You know it's good.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
So
Ray's just blinking.
But that's been quite a fun game. I know I had no sound the other night, but I'll have to figure that out. But,
right. So how was your Christmas?
Christmas was boring. Just played games and played some games and playing some new games. Although Crow Resin, who's in the chat, and I are heartbroken that they're cutting off Avengers from us.
I know.
Yeah,
so
I didn't get a chance to play it.
I've seen some tweets from people asking, "Are you gonna?" Because they're putting all their resources toward the new Tomb Raider game. So people are saying, "Hey, are you going to play the new Tomb Raider game?" But,
they're releasing all the premium skins though, so you get all skins.
They are. So that's So the other night we're like a tad racist. Yes, the game is a tad racist. I know that's what Crow and I said the other night. It's like, well, what's the point of grinding to try to get these skins and get what you need to unlock the skins when they're just going to give them to us next month? So we're just kind of. We're just kind of giving up. And I am doing some recording this week. Next Monday, I will be launching some game footage and a live stream of the new SpongeBob game. Ooh. The day before it releases to the public.
Excitement.
I love SpongeBob.
Yeah, man. That's hot off the presses, man. I'm excited for that.
The few minutes I've played of it, it's pretty good.
Awesome.
If you like SpongeBob. If you don't like SpongeBob games, then you won't like it.
Oh, I love SpongeBob, man.
Yeah. So look for that next week.
Ray, how was your Christmas, man? What have you been up to since?
Dude, awesome. Upgraded my gaming set. Got a new desktop. A lot better than my old desktop. In my little cubicle in the corner of the family room. I'm loving it. Got the new desk, the new chair. Got 2 monitors looking at me right now. It is great. As far as gaming wise, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield with this man right above me, SPG, and some of the people out there in the community. Monster Hunter Rise has come out, and I've been playing just a little bit of that.
How is that?
It is awesome. I like it. I like it. Some people, it might not be their thing, but nothing like you eat a meal. You got these cute little cats. The kitties that prepare your meal, and then that gives you all the perks and the buff and everything. Then you go out and you go hunt. They give you like a time minute to go hunt a beast. It could be a small beast. It could be a giant monster that you might need 3 other people. And it's just, and it's
so. Is there like world events where you all team up on a giant creature?
Yes.
So kind of like the first one.
And there's even like last night, guys can send an SOS if they need help on a monster. So I look on the board and I see people who need SOS, and I just hop in and help them fight monsters. And then you take the monsters, you loot the monsters' bodies, and you can take their skin and make armor and weapons out of it, which is really cool. The crafting is unbelievable in this game. But been playing that, and RTX 4080. Shout out to GeForce Now. If you guys don't know, they upgraded the rig in the cloud, and I've been playing on my 4K TV, 120 frames per second, enjoying a lot of games on that. But it is so good to be back with Retro Rewind with William, Jeff, and the lovely Miz Tracey. Guys, good to be back.
Miz Tracey, I know you've had
William's not lovely.
Oh yes, I am.
Jeff, you're mad because I didn't call you lovely.
This is true.
A little bit.
Just a little hurt. Miss Tracey, what have you been up to? I know you've been super busy since Christmas.
Yeah.
You've had all kinds of stuff going on. Fill us in.
Yeah, well, and David Wilson is here just in time. We're going to talk about him a little bit because I had Fallout for Hope during Christmas, and we did a giveaway for these.
Oop, let me make you full screen. Woo!
These are stainless steel vault emblems that say Fallout War Never Changes, and now it has a thing on the back. So it has a little hook here.
That is amazing. Look at that quality.
Custom made.
They turned out really good. And David won one, but since they're so big and he lives overseas, he gave his to SPG. So this is going up on his wall.
Absolutely. So huge shout out to Double D. He's across the pond. He's a really good mate of mine, and he entered and won, and I get to put it up here somewhere now. So thank you, David. That's amazing. And thank you, Miz Tracey.
Yeah.
Let us know, how did the charity thing go and all that stuff?
It went well. Oh gosh, I don't even know what our total was, but I can look that up while I talk to you.
Oh,
so
yes.
we raised funds for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and last year we ended up with over 150,000. Now this year things were tough for a lot of people, so I don't think we made as much, but we still raised over $80,000 for St. Jude's. So, wow. So altogether, plus we raised 100,000 the year before. So we're getting up there. I don't want to do math, but we're getting up there.
Would you let everybody know that aren't familiar with the charity what that helps and everything? So
St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is a hospital for children, mostly cancer patients. But they don't charge families anything. They let families stay there. They give them food. They don't charge for the medical care. All of it is paid for by charities like ours. So it's a pretty amazing organization.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so awesome. You're able to help so much.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be a part of. But,
so what else have you been doing?
Well, I don't know if anybody in chat is familiar with Neebs Gaming, but they raided me, and that kind of changed my whole streaming thing. I got raided by over 600 people. The community was amazing. Over 600 people, and none of them had to be timed out or anything.
Wow.
None of them said anything nasty or rude or anything. They were all great. So I ended up getting a lot of new followers. I hit over 3K now on Twitch, which is great. I'm excited for that.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's nothing like my YouTube, but I'll get up there. And then I've been playing a lot of new games I haven't touched. You guys know about Phasmo, but I just started a game called Icarus. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
It's a survival crafting game, and it's really beautiful. I started playing it last night for the first time, and it was pretty awesome. So I'm really trying to get the whole variety game streamer thing going on. So almost every day of the week, I have a different game that I'm playing, which is a little much trying to juggle that many games. It's a lot of fun.
Man, if I concentrate on one game for a couple weeks and then jump to another, I have to relearn it when I come back to it. Almost.
Yeah, try doing that every day. I spent a half hour
no,
of the
thanks.
stream just relearning how to play the game. Or we play Grounded a lot, and I do a lot of throwing my weapons because that's how I switch weapons in the other game I play. So I go to switch weapons and I huck my weapon across the screen. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. I've been playing a game called Stranded Deep, and you're in a plane crash and you got to learn to survive, craft weapons and stuff. And then a buddy of mine, Ryzak, he gets a little OCD, and he's got all these containers with all of his like different layers, and it's all separated and sorted. And anyway, man, I lost my dinghy, and Jeff laughed his ass off at me. All right, let me rephrase. Your life raft.
His life raft.
Yeah, when you spawn in the world, you're in a life raft, and I used it to get out to a boat, and I jumped in the boat. I collected a bunch of stuff, and somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, you can sink your boat." I was like, "Oh, not me." So I swam to shore with everything, and I stashed it, and I went to save the game, and instead I went to sleep, and like hours passed, and then when I woke up, my boat was gone.
The raft.
No.
How do you survive on where you're supposed to island jump without a raft? Anyway, it was a mess, but yeah. So I'm learning new games as well.
Well, thank God it was a raft and whatever else she's. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't my dinghy. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, how was your Christmas, Miz Tracey, and New Year?
I'm not a really big fan of Christmas just because it stresses me out. And we had like a family member pass away a few years ago on Christmas. So Christmas is just kind of meh to me. So I'm just glad it's over. New Year's was good. We did, I streamed on New Year's because Rye was gone. He was DJing. So I streamed Phasmo. We did a little countdown and partied a little bit. I drank every time I screamed, which ended up being a lot. Because I let chat jump scare me and I gave away extra things to have them jump scare me. So there was a lot of screams.
Oh, that's awesome. That helps with audience participation, though. That's so cool. What was it like, just by the way, to be rated by 600 people? Was it just nuts watching the chat? Just like...
It was really funny. I posted on my YouTube channel the clip of the raid. And if you go back and watch it, you can watch, because I have a heart rate monitor on because we were playing a horror game.
Start ticking up.
You watch my heart rate go through the roof.
Oh, no.
I was freaking out.
That's
and
amazing.
Then I popped on my trailer for a second, and when I do my trailer, they can't hear me or see me. So I was with my teammates on the mic, and I'm just freaking out for a second, for like a minute, and then come back, and it was pretty cool. My mod Cap, he was freaking out because he's like, "Oh my god, there's so much chat, you can't keep up with the chat." It was nuts. I mean, that was obviously the biggest raid by far I've ever had.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Plus, it was Neebs Gaming, and I love Neebs Gaming, so that was amazing.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful community to be a part of, because you didn't have to time anyone out. I mean, that alone is incredible. Yeah,
over 600. It was like 650 people, and not a single one of them said anything even remotely inappropriate or rude or anything. Every single one of them was great.
Well, I have been doing all kinds of stuff. I've been trying to, since I got my 4090, I've been trying to check some games off my list here. I finished Days Gone. I started Mafia Remake. I'm almost done with Spider-Man Remake. Yeah, I've been going through a bunch of the Sony exclusive titles I wasn't able to play since I didn't have a PlayStation. And I'm loving it, having a great time. My mom just had surgery, and she's doing very well since the new year. So we're all excited for her to heal from that. And other than that, man, we had a quiet Christmas. Frozen one here, though. It got so cold here in North Dakota. Some kind of Siberian blast like hit most of America. It was cold, man. But
yeah, I'm in Wisconsin. It got freezing cold, and then it got super warm. We had rain the other day on top of the snow. It's so weird.
That's when things get dangerous, man. That's when everything like has a little layer, like an ice skating rink. Yeah, and you can't even see it. Oh, man. Well, I thank all of you guys for making the time to join us today. We got a big topic to actually start with. If you're familiar in the retro circles at all, you've heard of DK Oldies. It's a company that's been around for a while, and they really got in on marketing, like YouTube Shorts and TikToks. They got a huge following. If you Google retro, you're going to end up at DK Oldies at some point. That's how good they've been. Well, a lot of YouTubers and other people have been buying content from them, either old consoles or whatever, and they're looking at the pricing, and then some people are even tearing them down to look on the inside. And we're going to go over and look at some DK Oldie pricing and their website. But first, I want to bring up a video here. I think that you'll find interesting. This person purchased a a refurbished PS3 Fat version. Now, the PS3 Fat version could do what, Ray? What could it do?
Well, you play PS2 games. You know, you could play Blu-ray. It was it had at that time it had a pretty beefy, especially the fat one, which I do have one sitting back there. Had a big hard drive space. I think if you had the 80 gigabyte back then was pretty big.
It was for then it was, man, and now you're talking terabytes, which is amazing how quickly that rose. But yeah, so you could play your PS2 games, you could play your PS1 games. The thing I didn't realize is I bought it originally when it first came out, so I had the original Fat model that could play the PS1 and 2 games, but they were it wasn't emulated. And I think the version he bought, it is the Fat, but it does emulate 1 and 2. It did it hardware wise originally. But anyway, let's check out this guy's purchase. He's going to unbox it.
And then,
but what I want to show you is his teardown.
Model number is CECHE01, which is good to see because that is.
So you can see there's, you know what I mean? It's a refurbished used unit. So you're going to have cosmetic signs of wear and tear and all that stuff. But what's important is what's on the inside. It says it's refurbished. There's a DK Oldies sticker on the side to stop you from pulling the side off like it's going to void your warranty. All right, so let's scroll to this guy taking this thing apart. First thing is the hard drive slot here. Let's see what this looks like.
Warranty sticker. We're going to take that off. Take this little
there's the
little
DK sticker. Check this out.
The cover off, and then take a bunch of screws out. All right, guys. So I took the top cover off, and as you can see,
there's the hard drive.
A bunch of dust in here. Yeah, there you go. That's a better view. But you can see all that dust in there. I can just run my finger across it. That is just bad.
I'm going to skip around just a little bit so we don't waste too much time.
I don't have much hope for the inside of this thing. So you guys can get a better look at this. But like every inch is covered in dirt. And this is called refurbished. Refurbished, guys. Refurbished. What are we doing here? Why am I paying double market price? All right, here we go. And the big reveal.
There's the board. There's the giant fan that the PS3 had.
So you paid about $400 for this refurbished.
So he paid $400 for this. And it was a rat's nest waiting to catch on fire, pretty much.
Man, DK Oldies really outdid themselves this time.
This thing was never cracked open.
Bottom piece is even wow.
Yeah, look at how dirty the bottom is. Somebody lightly wiped off the outside.
This was $400, guys.
DK Oldies.
I could pay $50 for this. Like what is?
It's a website where you can buy old hardware for words. I don't know.
Now old hardware. This one's going back.
Went to a garage sale. If you went to a garage sale and bought this for $50. You'd expect to take it home.
You get it for $20 at a garage sale.
Correct. Because I'm being very generous here.
I bought my console at Goodwill for $40. Two controllers. You didn't even talk about in the very beginning, folks. He doesn't even get the controller that goes with it. He gets a third-party controller that actually really don't even work with it.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the website and what kind of pricing is available for their website. But look at this. This is thermal paste. For anybody that builds PCs or knows anything about processors and GPUs, you have to have thermal paste and stuff like that. And this stuff is dry. So not only was there a sticker on it saying refurbished, meaning cleaned, wiped out, blown out, whatever, but the thermal paste wasn't even reapplied. Which is disastrous for that. So
just to play devil's advocate, because
go ahead.
So does he showed at the very beginning the serial number? Does he continue to show the serial number? Because he easily could have bait and switched just to make a video, just to get clicks, right? So I would have preferred him to do one take. Do it all in one take, or go, just to make sure, look, same serial number that he showed me before, right? Again, would he do that? I don't know. But there is lots of people who do things just for clicks, just for views. Just saying. And at the end, I have 2 words for him. Just
so you know, he did have the DK sticker on the console. Okay.
Forget it. I retract everything I said.
No. This is what I would say though. The guy in general, he's done other content. What he basically has been doing is, I will be 100% honest. he has been buying batches from DK Oldies, and this is the first one that's been atrocious. The pricing is always bad, but this is the first.
Caveat emptor, buyer beware.
Yes.
You know, now I think this guy is searching for content, so I think he kept buying stuff, happened to find a bad one, and is now, look at this.
Well, right? That very well could be. But what he says in the video, at least, and we didn't get to hear it because I skipped around, but he says that normally I keep this stuff. He buys it, he reviews it, he tears it apart, and then he keeps it. This is going back to DK Oldies.
Kenny, he took the sticker off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's legal. Well, all right, go ahead, Ray.
And then also, guys, I mean, I'm also going to play devil's advocate. Who in the hell in 2022 is spending $400 on a PS3?
Well,
prices have gone up, Ray. Prices
people that go to DK Oldies.
And I think what they mean by refurbished is that they just wipe the outside and don't go in the inside. Is that what they're doing?
I guess for that one at least.
Stuff? Because come on, dude, that thing was like super dirty.
It was.
Well,
nasty.
here's how they can charge this much. There's people like us that will take time and will search for a deal, and then there's people who will just put whatever money they got down on whatever they can get their hands on right now, and that's where this kind of store comes in.
Gotcha. Yeah. So here's the actual website for DK Oldies. Here's where you can get some stuff. So today's retro deals. Let's shop more deals, shall we? So here we are. You've got the original NES Mario 2 player pack for $154.99.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you got the most popular Nintendo 64 2-player pack for $184.99. Let's click on that one real quick.
Yeah,
I got mine for $10 at a garage sale.
Yeah, but those are but those are the exception. Go into any retro store, go to the retro cons, and look at the prices.
Yes, Jeff, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit of detail? You've been around to a few of these retro cons or swap meet type locations. What have you found, Jeff?
And I sent you the pictures of. They have the. I got. What did I get? What was the Simpsons one? Hit and Run, which I always wanted. I bartered the guy down to $50. He wanted 75. He wanted 80. There's other, like, the games and the consoles. The prices are just stupid nowadays. So sure. Oh, you know, you're not. You can go to a garage sale and get it for $20, maybe. But people are. And I see this all the time. I've been in stores when people walk in and go, I have this old thing. How many thousands is it worth?
Yeah.
Because they look something up on here. They look up something on eBay and they see it selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars. We've discussed it before, right?
Yeah.
And that's not what it's worth. Right?
True.
But again, it's supply and demand.
It is. Ray, now the reason I didn't bring up the controller issue is because right here on their website, you can usually pay extra for the actual OEM or actual controller that came with the console. But as you can see, if we were to buy this original NES right now, controller upgrade, none, substitute, 2 original controllers is plus another $40. Mm-hmm. So if you want the actual Nintendo paddles, it's not $154.99. You're at around $200 for a regular NES.
I got to point out that it's on sale.
Yes, and it's always on sale at DK Oldies. That's another thing people like to point out. He always has a much higher price, and
you're going to a con, aren't you? A retro con or a game con or a Twitch con? Or
I did go to one recently.
Right? Did they have games for sale?
They did.
And what were the prices like?
Outrageous.
But you could get it for $20 at a garage sale.
I know, but nobody was buying any of his shit either. The guys that sell retro stuff.
What I do is, like, my Goodwills out here. These people are not educated. I mean, they're just not educated. If you can go to a Goodwill or a St. Vincent store or something like that,
refurbished.
They don't know some of these people don't even look up this stuff. They just put a tag on there, and it's like a hunt. And that used to be oh my God. I used to, like, on a Saturday and Sunday, jump in my car and just hit these places up and just buy consoles, old retro consoles.
I have hit all the Goodwills and the Salvation Armies and everything within, hundreds of miles. And, and anytime I happen to be out of town and I see a something, I always pop in. The pickings are very thin, at least in Canada.
Well, what I did is I gave them. Yeah, see,
Ray, look at that price, bro.
Dude, don't make me do this.
You're gonna have to go full screen on this one, Ray.
Jesus
you're gonna have to go
Christ.
Full screen, bro.
Look, man, I bought a modded Xbox original. It's sitting up here on the shelf.
It's got an emulator on it, right? With all the games?
Oh my god, what did I do?
What'd you do, Ray?
You lost Ray.
We lost Ray.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe take him off screen until he comes back to life. Yes, but again, that was all pre-pandemic. Once the pandemic hit, the prices just skyrocketed. Talk to John Riggs. Look at just some of what John Riggs puts out. So yeah, and Miz Tracey and Miz Tracey's right. Nobody's buying the stuff, so we're hoping that it's going to come down. But yeah, it's just the prices. Actually, these are in line with prices I've seen. They're way too expensive. I've sent you pictures of games and stuff when I've been at the cons. I'm like, oh my god, look at this, and it's some ridiculous price.
So I think I have the same thing that Ray has. I have a Xbox, original Xbox, with all of like the NES and Sega and like hundreds and hundreds of games on it. Plus it plays the Xbox games. Plus it had the original controllers with it, and that was $200, and I thought I overpaid.
Guys, look, I got this. You can bring me up. I got this.
When did you get it? When did you get it, Ray? Before the pandemic or after?
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah, since the pandemic hit, the prices have just skyrocketed.
What's on it?
I'll tell you what. I spent $40. The place was closing. And the guy's like, I told him I would come back to his table, and he said, "Look, man, this thing has all the emulators that you want. It has."
You paid $40.
Paid $40. 2 controllers, the cords,
damn,
everything.
The olden days. The olden days.
Everything.
That would never happen today.
Emulator.
Graphics gear. Ray, Graphics Gear wants to know what year is it, and he also said that the pandemic changed everything. So you might have lucked out on getting it at a really reasonable price.
Correct.
Let me tell you what this said. Tested by 30, date 3/17/05. So this thing was refurbished back in 05. Refurbished.
Wow. Rudigs wanted to know, is that dead to rights on that Xbox?
No, look here, if you pull it up, look what I got on it.
Hold on. It's got to focus. 50's bulletproof.
50 cents. I got the skin.
That game had better marketing than gameplay. I'm just saying, bro, it did.
Anyways, yeah, the prices nowadays are so these prices, you're freaking out, but you know what? They're on par with what I've seen at the retro cons. The other thing.
What I was going to point out, Jeff, is this as well. This is a good condition system. Now, like the PS3 the PS3 that other guy bought, he bought a cosmetically flawed system, but it still says refurbished, and yes, allegedly.
Again, I'm skeptical.
I hear you.
I am skeptical of
Richard Review Tech, who doesn't need a plug, not from me. He also, I think he bought a Nintendo, and he wasn't very happy either. But it's in the eye of the beholder. But all I'm worried about is that
I told you, I said this caveat emptor.
Yeah, well, what I'm worried about though is like the grandmothers who want to buy somebody something, and then they get sent here and they spend $280 on something that's not worth $60. Go ahead, Ray.
Really important. What I do, guys, like there's Dublin, California, San Jose, California, all these other places that have the mom and pop retro stores, do you know what I do? I look at the reviews. Most of these stores have Google, and they also have, what's the other place that does reviews? What's the other thing that does reviews?
Amazon?
No.
How?
No.
How is the PSP worth $300, bro?
Anyway,
that's
Yelp.
half a Steam Deck.
Thank you, Graphic. Yelp. Look at the Google and Yelp reviews from actual customers.
Yeah, don't look at their reviews on their site.
His reviews. Those are his employees.
Yeah.
Or they just go through and read all the bad reviews.
Yelp, you can't create a fake account on Yelp and post some reviews. That's correct.
His reviews on his website and the reviews on the Yelp just don't match up, folks. Because on Yelp, you have a lot of people saying, "I got burned. This wasn't refurbished."
Now, Ray, does this price have to do with the version of PSP this is? Like this one can be hacked and others can't, or something? Or there's got to be a reason why this is so much money. Now, I'm not saying the PSP isn't awesome because it is.
Let me tell you something. I got this with the headphones, that I can plug and control the headphones. $50.
When, Ray? When?
Before the pandemic.
I can say whatever you want. Before the pandemic, prices were reasonable. After the pandemic, everything went crazy.
No, let me tell you something, Jeff. I'm telling you, I didn't go to the damn stores. I went to the people. I go out to the yard sales. I go out to Goodwill, who really don't do the prices of retail. They just slap a price and stick it out there. They don't research. And you can find so much. Dude, I got a PlayStation. Brand new for $11.
Oh, ouch.
Wow.
Ouch.
So I got a story for you guys. I went to a garage sale one time, and a lady was selling video games, and I was all excited because she had really good prices, like $2 a game, and they were new games, so it was awesome. And she starts talking to me. She's like, "Oh, you're familiar with these games?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, my 12-year-old has these games, and I don't really know what they're," or was it 10-year-old? I think it was 10-year-old. Has these games, and I don't really know if they're appropriate for a 10-year-old. Would you go through his list of games and tell me if they're appropriate for a 10-year-old? The first one she shows me is GTA 5, and I'm like, well, I'm a mom, and I mean, I know that some people let their kids play anything, but if you're asking if it's appropriate, hell no. And I ended up getting like 4 more games because she sold me shit that he shouldn't have been playing.
Oh wow.
Graphics Gear makes good points. Before 2020, everything is null and void. You can say whatever you want, but and that's my point, and Graphics Gear is backing me up. Since the pandemic, so Ray, I challenge you, go to a Goodwill, you find me a $20 or $40 deal on anything you've been talking about.
He also says the PSP is very desirable for its ability to emulate lots of consoles, I'm sure. Anything before 2020 is null and void.
You go to Goodwill and you buy.
Go and prove me wrong, Ray. Go to a Goodwill. There's nothing going on tonight. Go to a Goodwill tonight.
Now, Ray.
Boom. Fight over this price. This is a PlayStation 4, baby. It's really close to the price of a PS5. It's not even retro.
You're gonna make me turn into the crocodile hunter, aren't you? Or the game hunter, aren't you?
Oh, crikey!
my good friend wanted to buy a PlayStation 4 for his godson, and he didn't want to spend more than $300, and he couldn't find one. We ended up finding one after Christmas because I said, "Why don't you buy a PlayStation 5? They're only like $500." But apparently, the price on for his godson is only $300. That's the price of love, apparently. But he couldn't find one for under $300. We ended up finding one after Christmas. It was apparently too late then. But so that's on par with what I see at the yes, I know. Go to the Goodwill, sure. Go to the garage sales. Well, there's no garage sales and 8 feet of snow outside. But Ray, go ahead. You and Graphics Gear, go out there and find me a $40 PlayStation, like you said.
Another episode of Ray, the Game Hunter.
Exactly.
I would watch it.
I hear what you're saying, Ray, and I agree with you, but I'm just saying not today.
You can't knock me for what I bought back
That's
then.
hilarious.
All right, I'll give you that. That's what I paid right before COVID.
Okay, and you can say anything. But what we're saying is you're comparing that. That's not a pre-COVID price. You're saying this price is too high. Ray's like, I got it for $30 out of thinking 5 years ago. Well, it's null and void. That's irrelevant. Really? Go find something today. You don't even have to buy them. Send me pictures.
Wait till after garage sale season. I'll find you something.
Hey, she's got luck at garage sales now. We've seen that.
Damn it! I should have come to San Francisco. I would have been hitting all the Goodwills with Ray.
You might have ended up with a Neo Geo. You don't know.
You were supposed to get one for Christmas.
I was hoping. All right. Hey, let's bring this up. Now, this is just a small little thing. It's I don't know who likes statues or the awesome art that comes from a lot of this. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. Now you made that. We mention it almost every time, but that Fallout Nuka-Cola clock, you made that, correct?
Rye made that.
Yeah. Yeah. Such talent. That is amazing. It looks like a real bottle cap.
No, it's stuck.
Right on. Well, don't yank it off. But that is awesome, though. I love the look of that. And I love little stuff like that. BG3 made a bust of one of their mind flares, and I really thought that looked cool. But check this out. They made a Mario one. I'll get to when they're going to be available and whatnot. You can pre-order now at first4figures.com. They got a 9-inch PVC painted statue exclusive edition. And while you take a look at that, I'm going to read Graphics Gear's thing down here. It says 7th gen consoles will start to spike in the next few years.
Read his comment before. Because he's saying everything that I've been saying.
Oh, here we go. A lot of these prices are driven by nostalgia. Correct. Exactly. As people approach their 30s, they try to recollect their youth. That's why everything up to the 6th gen consoles has skyrocketed in price.
Yeah.
And then down here,
He also said before that at a Goodwill, CRTs are selling for $500.
Yeah, I put that up there. Yeah.
Oh, did you? I missed that. Okay, sorry. My apologies.
Yep. And a good CRT is very hard to find nowadays. I mean, like they're not making them new anymore. That's for sure. At least to my knowledge, they're not. I guess I could be wrong. Fact check me on that, Crow, if you're still here, or Graphics. But yeah. So this looks kind of cool, man. I love little art like that. Like I've got like my Darth Vader heads up there and Star Wars stuff. But I love little figures like that, and it looks cool. I like Mario. Would you guys buy this? Depending on the price, of course.
Oh yeah.
Depending on the price.
Oh yeah.
Right on. Let's see if they.
David, I want pictures. I want pictures, David, because I know the prices in the UK have skyrocketed too. I want pictures, please.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Do you want it that bad though? $164.99.
Jeez.
For a 9-inch PVC.
That spot right here.
Mario.
Spots right here, maybe.
$164.99. That is interesting.
Is it made of gold?
The 49 Super Bowl trophy from this year is going to look good right here.
I'm hoping it's painted in gold. Holy shnikes. But right on. Here's something else that I found that I thought was quite interesting. Connor Gottfried, and I guarantee I butchered his name. Sorry about that, sir. But
no, that's how you say Connor.
He's got thank you, Jeff. He's got this fantastic art that he's been making, but what's very interesting about it is it's not just art that you'd like hang on your wall. It's useful. So you would have a body of your old system here. You would hang it on the wall, and then you would actually play on the screen. I'm not sure if it's a cart that's in there or not. Let's see. Yeah.
Even if you couldn't play it, even if it was just that art, it's freaking cool. The fact that you can play on it too is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's got mood lighting there, kicking it off the back. I'm going to scroll down to show you a little better image of what we're referring to. You can't really see it here, but it'd be like having a giant Game Gear hung on your wall and you play on the big screen. Here, let me scroll down and find another image. I think that's just a little bit. There you go. Look at that. So that's what you could have on your wall.
I do have an empty wall that I was thinking of putting another TV. I don't have enough
I can
TVs
make an
down
empty
here,
wall.
so I do have an empty wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
what
how
do you
much
think?
do you sell for?
Oh, it's a one-of-a-kind art piece, so I imagine it's expensive.
I dealt it for sale.
Probably.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's so cool though.
I'm
Like,
sure he has a price, but
yeah, it looks so cool. Yeah, and there's the ones to where you can see like behind into the PCB as it's on the wall. It's really, really, really neat.
I see a lot of pictures lately referencing like that phase in the 90s where they had all that see-through colored stuff. Like you got the see-through N64, that's what I had at least. And different stuff like that had the see-through stuff that you could see all the workings underneath. And I missed that. That was cool.
Yeah, Ray, hold your Xbox up again. Your Xbox is all clear and see-through, isn't it? Besides the stuff you got on it?
I'm talking about
Oh no, I'm I've had cough syrup today. Don't worry about it, man.
what Xbox you talking about?
Not yours, apparently.
I thought it was camo at first, so maybe that's why you thought he couldn't see it.
It just the camera kept pixelating as it was trying to focus. The last tube TV I bought was in 2017 because I wanted to play. I don't know what that is. X7 on the GameCube. I don't know how to say that. I know what game you're talking about. I've always wanted the see-through Game Boy Advance. Right on. All right. So check this out. A modder has created an even slimmer PS2. Now a whole bunch of people do this stuff. They fit like Game Boy guts and stuff that is not shaped like a Game Boy and all that kind of stuff. But I thought this was just a little interesting. Because it shows you in depth kind of how he uses it and
exact thing I'm talking about, the see-through plastic that you can actually see the inner workings. I like
very retro feel, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like 88
phones like that too. Remember those corded phones? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you can see it all, man. Using a memory card to load it up. Real cool, man. Ray, you actually own the console, so you have no interest in having a mini version, do you?
You know what? As a collector, I would be interested in it, but yeah, I would for my collection. Yeah, I'd take it.
Oh, holy crap! I kind of went CRT crazy. I have about a dozen of of some of them, or even in new in a box. Oh wow! You might be sitting on a mint, buddy.
That is one thing my man cave is missing is a good CRT, because the old one from my parents' house just wouldn't fit down here, and it was just too heavy.
13. Thank you.
Let me tell you, I got a neighbor down the street that had a giant, looked like about a 70-inch, huge in the back CRT TV.
So Rudigs, that's our point. So you went and sourced locally a used PS1 and you found it for that price. You can't find it at that price at DK Oldies. So I guess what the final thought of DK Oldies would be, at best they're gouging people, and at worst they're fibbing or lying about the refurbishing process. But those old consoles do need to be wiped out, and they do need thermal paste, regardless of what if this guy faked this video or not.
Or someone slacked on that one particular item. It
correct.
Be...
Yes, because he did buy multiple versions, and then opened them. Not of the PS3, but he bought a 64 and a Nintendo. And it just so happened this is the one he got that was so messed up.
Rudig, send me a link.
David Wilson says, even though it's retro, it looks like it still goes through peaks and troughs, though. But to be fair, I'll give you this, Jeff. As you said earlier, it's all down to supply and demand. Woo! Oh, ooh. I see you, buddy. All right. Now we have a classic game coming out, man. It looks like it's going to hit modern consoles and Steam this summer. Raiden 3. Have you guys seen this at all?
I've never seen this game.
You have not?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to remove this for just a second, and I'm going to reshare it so we can get some audio in here. That's what I'm going to do. Yes. Whew, there we go.
Peggy 7.
This looks cool. That looks so cool, man. Vertical screenplay would be cool. Vertical screenplay would be really cool for some of those people that turn their TVs and stuff. What do you think about that, Ray?
Fancy.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it looked cool, man. Yeah. Way a long time ago, I shared on a few retro rewinds ago that pinball table that you could move the TV.
Yeah,
that would be perfect for that. Yeah, post-pandemic, people learned the actual value of games in 2019. I bought Super Mario Odyssey for 20 used, just the cart. Oh, right on.
Well, that's because during the pandemic, people were stuck home with nothing to do. So people that never touched video games before finally looked into them, and they started to become okay to play.
Right.
There used to be a lot more stigma involved in people that played games, especially adults that played games. A lot of other adults didn't understand. They'd think that you were refusing to let go of your childhood, not just enjoying a hobby that is also good for adults.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I had that stand-up cabinet where you could put any arcade on there, man, I would be playing that thing all the time. My wife would think I had a brain tumor. I'm sure of it. And I ran into some interesting old tech, man. It's new old tech. But has anybody ever? I mean, how many on this panel has had a Game Boy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've had a Game Boy.
One,
okay,
the color, the advanced,
So I'm gonna blow some of your minds. Somebody went tinkering and they developed a way to add a webcam for video and images to be captured from your Game Boy. I don't know how they did it, but we're gonna read about it here in just a second. Here, let me share
mine. One of those just because you can doesn't mean you should moments.
It does. It really does.
There are some very talented people out there with, extra time on their hands.
Yes, there is. So, all right, here it is. A Game Boy video camera brings movie recording to Nintendo's iconic handheld. Look at that. Now, is it pretty? No, it's not pretty. But this tech was never meant to do anything remotely close to this. So just to be able to put in some kind of an adapter with PC lanes it is just amazing how they were able to compile this and actually make it work to record an image and a video stream. It is just amazing. But look at all this. Have you ever wished you could use your Game Boy as a video camera? Well, you're certainly not alone. For photography enthusiasts like myself, this was a fun gimmick to play around with, but it was not made for serious photography. Well, obviously, I don't know if you've ever seen the screen resolution. Yep, Game Boy modding scene. Yeah, so there's another modded version that is way better than the one up above. But this would be like a finalized version.
You'd look like a complete lunatic recording something like that. I'm sorry.
You would. Who are you spying on?
Yeah, you're not being very discreet.
Yeah, no doubt.
I can see that.
Can you imagine being in the back seat of the road trip with that thing pointing in the front seat? I don't know. I don't think my parents would handle that very well. But anyway, very, very interesting. There's no real world application for this. I just thought
Pokemon Go setup. I like it.
I just thought it was just so interesting that they could make it work. Jeez. It might be the first. What do they call that? It's not simulation. augmented. Yeah, the first augmented reality. That's amazing. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I thought that was pretty darn cool. We have seen a bunch of cool hardware before, but nothing like that before. Oh, get out of there. There's a brand new Sega Genesis game being worked on by the legendary Streets of Rage composer. Here's a screenshot of it right here. It looks in the veins of Life Force and other games like that. Okay, let's keep scrolling down here. Let's see when it's supposed to come out. Most finally remembered work is from the 16-bit era. So he's going backwards in time just to make a little passion project. And this game...
At this SPG.
What's that?
Are we supposed to be seeing it?
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Pull it up, bro.
Wow.
No, this is William just reads us the news.
Yeah. Wow.
Story time with Will.
Wow. Yeah, I was trying to show you the image anyway. This is very much in the vein of Life Force. That's what it looks like to me, where you fly around, you shoot stuff, you collect power-ups, and
is it going to be for sale?
Yes. It's going to be released. I'm not sure if you have to homebrew it, like you have to take the ROM and put it on something.
I just like the sentence brand new Sega Genesis game.
Yes, I know. It blows your mind. There was another little article that was talking about the Dreamcast number 2, but it was completely clickbait. A company designed a Dreamcast controller, and they tweeted at Sega about, let us build your new Dreamcast console, but it was completely fake. But they're working on the soundtrack. It looks like an old shoot 'em up, but is a new game we're developing, harkening back to the famous franchises in the 80s. We'll release it for the MD/Genesis. I'm making the soundtrack, and I've been back also as a game designer since Beyond Oasis. So kind of exciting for me anyway, and for a bunch of the homebrew scene.
I have a Sega Genesis.
Yes, you do. And you could play this. Absolutely. I'll be waiting for the stream. I'll be watching for it. Yeah.
Follow him on the Twitters.
And here is an interesting thing that I saw, and it's because of WinStar and Main Games and the Deck Bros that I bring this up. You can now happily play your Game Boy games on the Steam Deck. I imagine you can play all kinds of things.
I was going to say, couldn't you play virtually anything since you're just emulating?
Yeah, I imagine you could.
But now you can plug in your Game Boy game.
Is that what the article? I didn't read the article.
Let's see. Okay, we've got some epic news for all the Steam Deck fans out there. You can now play Game Boy games from the DMG, GBC, and GBA on Steam Deck via the Epilog GB operator.
Let's see it.
Yeah, let that sink in a minute. All the best Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Classics, and DMG Legends. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, wow.
Will.
Yes. We're not seeing it. I understand.
Okay.
I was looking for the image before.
Before you show it.
It's just your eye. Your eyes throws us off, dude. Like you're
my camera's in a different location as well. I'm sorry. Right. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like, I believe.
So you plug in your Game Boy cartridge.
Yeah, but let's keep scrolling down here. What is the Epilog GB operator? Well, let's watch the video and find out.
It's time to dust off your old cartridges and get ready to play your Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on your PC or Mac. The GB Operator is a new piece of kit that allows you to play, store, and transfer your Game Boy games to your PC, Mac, and soon to be Linux PC. Just imagine a cartridge slot in your PC, because that's basically what it is, but with far more awesome features. The GB Operator is made by a small team of passionate retro gamers called Epilog. They have built the GB Operator to simply preserve gaming history and to allow Game Boy fans to use their old cartridges in new ways. So, Brandon, how does it work? Well, the GB Operator is incredibly simple to use. Simply install the application or software to your Mac or PC, open it, add your cartridge, and voila. The user interface within the application is easy on the eyes, looks professionally designed, and allows those that are new to this sort of stuff to be welcomed with open arms. When your cartridge is inserted, you have a number of options to choose from, the main option being play. This quite simply allows you to play your Game Boy sitting on a throne on your desk, instantly pulling in your attention. And because the shell is transparent, you can see the internals, which makes our desk look even more techy. It has a very bright LED light that indicates if it's plugged in or not, and it will also turn green when you're downloading the game files. In my personal opinion, the LED light is a little too bright. In the evenings, we find that it's the brightest light in our room, so we've found ourselves unplugging the GB operator in order for us to keep our first product is an impressive start to what we think will be a highly respected company in the retro gaming space. The design looks modern, and due to its transparent shell, it fits well with any retro theme you may have. But where the quality really shines is deep within their software. Everything is easy to use, easy to understand for newcomers, and works efficiently as it should. Yes, we experienced a couple of minor bugs since reviewing it, but we've been told these will be squeezed out in a quick update. And the bugs are so minor it has very little effect on the performance or experience we've had. The eyes looks.
What's the bugs?
What's the price?
You're gonna have to
50 bucks.
That's not terrible.
Ordering one right now.
Are you?
We use the MGBA as the core emulator, so you get to enjoy controller and cheat support. Sorry, Doc. Along with other features. However, you're not limited, and you can play using your favorite emulator as well.
That's really cool.
Never lose a precious save again. We simplified the process of backing up, restoring your save. Blah 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 blah.
So SPGs, just so you know, I will be doing my homework. The challenge, Jeff threw out a challenge. There is a mom and pop's place out here called Retro Rewind. There's another place called Game Shop downstairs.
You stole our name?
There's another place called Game Shop downstairs, which they will make house calls to come to your house and see your bulk of games and offer you
graphics gear. That GBA adapter for the Steam Deck and probably PC as well.
PC, Linux, yeah.
Yep. It is $50. It looks incredible. It actually does, especially if you have a very large cartridge collection already that's laying around. Graphics Gear says, I picked up Game Freak on my last trip to Japan. Yeah, it basically does the same thing. You can turn your game into a ROM and preserve your saved game. Seriously, though, just download the ROM. Yeah, that's true. Save the $50. But hey, if you do have the collection already just laying there and you're not using it, I mean, it could come in handy, especially on the go.
I think that's pretty cool.
But I wonder. See, this is what we need the Deck Bros for. They need to get one and then test the battery life with it. Does it mess with the battery life at all? It'd be interesting.
They're coming with an SNES operator too.
Ooh, we need that. You need that, Jeff.
I do.
Yeah, we got to get you into some Punch Out, bro. I'm telling you. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you. All right. I'm going to share my screen again, but I'm not going to share that one. Drake just released a new music video, and he's holding a PSP in the video as he's dancing, and it's gold. I'm going to show it to you real quick. It's nothing important in any way, shape, or form, but Ray says this is not real gold.
No, dude, that thing's plated on.
There's a gold PSP. He's showing his bling.
He lives down the street from Rue Diggs, so we could swing by and we could talk to him. He literally lives down the street from Rue Diggs.
Hey, he will call security. I'm just saying, Jeff.
No, Rue Diggs is a famous YouTuber. Of course, he's going to want to meet him.
Oh, that's right. I meant your white van. He's not into candy, so
right.
Security.
Right. I will. Good point. I will not drive the white van that day. Good point. Good point.
But anyway, so he was showing his PSP. But as Graphics Gear mentioned earlier in the chat, it is desirable. You know what I mean? The PSP still is.
Oh,
I remember carrying around.
It's not even his.
I remember carrying around a PSP with 2 memory cards shoved in a sleeve or whatever, so that you had one large card, and then I had like movies and games, and it was quite the entertainment system. Hey, you got the Darth Vader one?
That's
I'm
cool.
jelly, bro.
I
I'm
had the
jelly,
PSP
bro.
with one of those nice clear cases.
Oh, the retro that you could see through?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's cool.
no,
okay.
like a case that goes over it that's clear that you can see.
Oh, gotcha. Are
Protection.
you going to show us something, Ray?
No, I already pulled it out earlier. Well, that did not sound
Yes,
good.
you did, bro. You shocked everyone. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and skip Drake. And this I thought was super interesting. All right, let me share again. I thought this was pretty darn cool. Now, a couple of these I knew, and a couple of them I had no clue about. So,
Wow.
all right, 15 NES game secrets you never knew existed. We're not going to read the whole article, but Tecmo Bowl. Everybody knows you can cheat in Tecmo Bowl. Everybody loves Tecmo Bowl. At least, those that were playing games in the 80s anyway. We love Tecmo Bowl. You can play as an invisible football team in Tecmo Bowl. While most people consider picking up Bo Jackson led Raiders to be cheating in Tecmo Bowl, that classic game there is actual cheat codes. In fact, one of the most obscure cheats allows you to play as an invisible football team. Entering this code into Tecmo Bowl's password system allows you to play as a gray team on a gray field, which renders those gray team players practically invisible. Can you imagine pissing your friends off with that? Go ahead, Ray. Tell us about Tecmo Bowl.
Oh my God. This is what made me love football when I was young. And yes, using Bo Jackson, that was a ultimate you-know-what move because you could not stop Bo Jackson. Also, you had the Nigerian Nightmare that was on Kansas City. He was just a par under Bo Jackson, but I need to know the code so I can play this, man. So what's the code so I can do it on here? Get me off the screen.
Will?
What did he do? Oh, there he is.
We can't hear you, Will.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
We can hear you.
All right. I was going to say, that's too bad, Ray. I'll have to send it to you. I was asking if you had a pen handy, but that's all right. I'll send it to you. And it's just Joe. He says it's Farrell's gold PSP. Drake bought it from him or something. Interesting.
Pharrell, dude.
Pharrell. Oh, I can't see. It's not my fault. I don't know how to read. Or wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Tecmo Bowl was one of my favorite games, Crow Resin says. Absolutely, man. I made so many of my friends angry. But with this code, I could have made everyone angry. Because I was always the Raiders, man. Yeah, All right, the next one. Metroid contains an odd and very NSFW password. Let's see. Metroid's password relies on ranges of characters rather than specific password characters. In other words, you could achieve the same effect with other series of letters and numbers. This one, rather hilariously, just happens to work.
What was it? Something motherfucker? Is that what it said?
Oh! Engage Ridley, mother effer, with the stars replaced with the appropriate swear letters in the game's password screen. Wow!
Oh my God.
Only a handful of fans know about the strange things that can happen when you enter Engage Ridley, mother effer, with the stars replaced with the appropriate swear letters. What exactly?
Who figures this out?
I don't have any idea, man. This is news to me. I knew about Seamus or Samus, and it would, it's like when you beat the game, you play again without her suit on, and you can finally see it's a woman. Well, in the beginning, if you type in Seamus or Samus, you can get her without her suit on. But that's interesting. What exactly happens when you enter the code depends on what version of the game you're playing. Some fans swear this code allows you to skip a portion of the original NES game, but most versions of Metroid, including the Switch version, simply load you into a bugged version of the game or crash the game outright when you try to enter. Wow.
I have a Switch. I should try loading it up. See what happens.
That is super interesting.
It breaks the game. Let's try it.
Sounds good to me.
No,
I am down for that.
Don't break your games, guys.
Herschel Walker wasn't bad on Tecmo Bowl. He is relevant again, Crow. You were right on that.
I didn't think he was.
And it does mention the Switch version, but it might crash. Rootings. It might crash. So, all right, what's the next one? The Punisher's ending screen hides a creepy Easter egg.
Bro, I thought that was a creepy Jeff drawing or something, dude.
It says the Punisher NES game isn't very good, but it was certainly a novelty to be able to play as such a dark comic book hero.
Ray's just jealous because I got so much hair.
When you reach the Punisher's default end screen, hold up and B and select on your controller. For some reason, the combination of inputs changes Frank Castle's default face into the monstrosity you see above. It seems that one of the game's artists just couldn't resist sneaking that design into the final product. Wow.
Well, my job's finished.
Interesting, man. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, most unusual password was actually a real phone number. Now, I did know this one. If you enter the code 800-422-2602 and punch out password screen, you'll trigger an 8-bit version of a busy signal that will play in the background. More than a simple gag. That password was actually Nintendo of America's old customer service number. If more fans had known that back in the day, then maybe they could have asked Nintendo reps for help. Well, they weren't going to help you much because Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, it was this much strategy. And you just had to memorize stuff, man. Like, you really did have to memorize stuff.
If you're not going to do it blindfolded with no sound, there's no point.
That's true. That's true.
I remember that somebody did that.
That's right, Joe. It's not a bug. It is a feature on this title.
Fallout.
So all right, so we got Super Mario
undocumented feature.
We have Super Mario Brothers 3. You can enter a special black and white mushroom house in Super Mario Brothers 3.
I knew so many secrets in that game, but I didn't know this one.
It's actually possible to unlock a special white and black version of Toad's house on the world map if you collect at least a certain number of coins in specific levels. For instance, you need to collect at least 44 coins in level 1-4, at least 30 coins in level 2-2 to spawn the house. Both placement of those levels and exact number of coins you need to collect in order to spawn the magical mushroom house are so odd that it's really no wonder that more players didn't even accidentally stumble upon this back in the day. Wow. I remember Super Mario 3, and I also remember this game. I think it's California Games. Yes.
Oh my God, I remember California Games.
Yeah. I really like the roller skating part where you'd roller skate and try to jump over the... I think that's what this is right here, actually. Several of Rare's NES games are united by hidden initials. So across all these games, apparently, they left their initials here and there. Marble Madness, Wheel of Fortune, and Wizards and Warriors. Wow. Little Easter egg. Number 9, Maniac Mansion features some familiar themes. Let's see. Well, that means that quite a bit of content was cut from the original versions of the game. Maniac Mansion's unlikely NES port does feature a few pieces of unique content that includes some hilarious audio Easter eggs. Look for the arcade room in the NES version of Maniac Mansion and insert a quarter into the Meteor Mess Machine. When you do so, you'll trigger the arcade game's theme, which is actually the first few notes of Super Mario Brothers. The NES of the game also features a chiptune version of Indiana Jones theme. Interesting. I didn't know any of this stuff, man.
Yeah, see, back in the day, there was no websites, there was no internet. It was just bulletin boards. Someone might stumble across it or whatnot, right? So now they can go back and re-engineer all the games and find these things.
Oh yeah, Maniac Mansion.
Joe should do a stream on that, re-engineering games.
The Lion King hides one of the strangest difficulties options ever. I don't know if you remember The Lion King from Disney, but this game was very hard.
Yeah, I remember it being a really hard game. I don't think I ever beat those.
No, I think it was either the monkeys or the giraffes I kept getting stuck on. There's nothing I could do about that except grow older and then not want to play it at all. Okay, The Lion King hides one of the strangest difficulty options ever. To unlock this setting, hold on. The NES version of The Lion King is honestly pretty forgettable or worse across the board. However, that version of the game does include an absolutely bizarre hidden difficulty setting. To unlock this setting, you first need to trigger the game's elaborate invincibility code, which actually requires you to complete part of the game, exit the title, and then reload it in a certain spot. Weird. While Following those cheat code steps, though, don't reload the game. Instead, go to the options menu, hold either up or left, and press the A button, and it'll change the game's current skill level to an option called Boy Love. Whatever the joke there may have been is probably best left undiscussed. Wow. That is interesting. We could have skipped that one. All right. An overpowered move makes Ninja Gaiden much easier. Ninja Gaiden was very cool cinematic for the day, but it was incredibly hard. Did you ever beat Ninja Gaiden, Ray?
Let's see. I didn't beat
Ninja Gaiden almost showed up on This Week in Retro today.
I sure didn't beat the second one, and I came very, very, very close to the first one, but I don't think I beat it because it's pretty tough, man.
Yep. I never beat 3, but I beat 1 and 2. 1 was incredibly hard, but I played it on I believe it was the Super Nintendo version that had all 3 of the NES versions.
Wow.
I think that's how I played it. I think. Have discovered that the game contains possibly unintended hidden move that makes even the toughest boss fights somewhat trivial. By holding down and the slash button after you perform a basic jumping slash, you can actually perform a series of rapid air attacks that essentially eliminate the otherwise required cooldown period between basic slashes. While this maneuver is likely a glitch, it helped many fans, including speedrunners, get past this brutally challenging classic. Wow, that's incredible. I'm going to have to actually try that. I wonder if it works being emulated, because that game is hard. Duck Hunt's Forgotten multiplayer mode, perfect for trolls. Yep, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I always hated that dog to begin with. I can't imagine if it was being driven by my friends to piss me off.
I remember that.
Yeah, that stupid. Yeah, it laughs at you. Oh, that dog. I have words. I want to say, but I won't.
The Legend of Zelda's dungeon layout. Spell the name Zelda. I had no clue about that. If you laid out the dungeon design, apparently it'll spell Zelda. Like how the design is and everything. Very interesting. Take a look at the layouts for the first 5 dungeons in the Legends of Zelda's second quest. Notice anything unusual? No? Well, try rearranging the layout of those dungeons in order. Level 5, level 1, level 3, level 4, and level 2. Do so and you'll find out that the dungeons actually spell out the name Zelda.
Wow.
Interesting. Now, Castlevania 2, that they're about to mention here, is a very interesting title. Like, there's so many, like, you have to know secrets just to beat the damn game. Like, you have to do some things that they don't explain to you.
That you'd never figure out on your own. You
would never have figured it out on your own. And you go walk around and talk to the NPCs and they say the same dumb shit to you. Like, you would have never figured it out on your own. Is widely considered not just the black sheep of the cat. I love this one. The music is the best. No. I don't know. I love this one. Simon's Quest is the best. If you beat Simon's Quest in 15 in-game days or more, you'll trigger a bad ending in which both Dracula and Simon die during the game's final battle. Manage to beat the game in 14 in-game days, and you'll trigger a normal ending in which Simon succumbs to his curse shortly after the final battle. If by some miracle or cheating you manage to beat the game in less than 8 in-game days, you'll trigger the best ending, which not only suggests that Simon survives his curse, but ends with an animation of Dracula's hand rising from the grave. Interestingly, all of these endings feature strange translation issues and visual inconsistencies that suggest elements of the normal and best endings should have actually been swapped. It's almost like the developers never expected people to see these conclusions. Yes, graphics gear.
What a horrible night to have a curse.
Yes. You'd get lost and get confused and go up to talk to somebody, and that's what they'd say to you. It's almost as bad as I took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, I used to be an adventurer like you.
Yeah, man. I used to be an adventurer like you. You can jump over the flagpole. What? No, you can't.
I've done that. I've done that code.
Jump over the flagpole in Super Mario Brothers. Is a lot like swinging so hard that you could actually complete a loop over the swing set. They're 2 things that people used to talk about on the playground, but seem to be impossible. I thought this was impossible. You can actually jump over the flagpole in Super Mario Brothers by following a specific series of steps. in certain levels, most notably levels 1-1 and 3-3. While it feels great to learn these techniques and finally clear the top of the endgame flagpole, you should know while your excitement for pulling off the impossible, it's likely a short-lived. It turns out, it glitches. Yeah.
You have to go back and grab the pole. Yeah.
Yeah, it glitches. Yeah, I thought I would break it. Final Fantasy. I'm surprised this one's on the list. Final Fantasy features a very well-hidden puzzle. You'd be thrilled to know that Final Fantasy contains a secret minigame puzzle. Once you've obtained and boarded the ship in the NES version of Final Fantasy, press the A and B buttons together 55 times.
Jesus.
While that probably sounds like... Who figured that out? Yeah. Somebody... Who?
Reverse engineered the code.
While that probably sounds like a cruel trick, completing that lengthy task will allow you to play a special tile sliding puzzle game that challenges you with placing a series of marked squares in numerical order. Wow. Doing so rewards you with extra gil. If that's money, that is worthless. Yeah, that is worthless then. Let's see. What is this one? A long-running Final Fantasy. Oh, it's another one. The last two are Final Fantasy. A long-running Final Fantasy Easter egg reference. Dragon Quest and The Legend of Zelda. I hesitated to put 2 Final Fantasy sections on the secrets on this list. Well, you did it. Okay, yeah, they're just references. Very cool. Very, very, very cool.
They didn't mention the coffee code in GTA?
They did not. What? They did not. But we haven't went to the 10 most racist games yet, Ray.
Do we have to?
Yeah, no, we don't. We actually don't. But yeah, so what did you guys think of that list? I did not know most of those, man. A couple of them surprised me.
Just one I knew. Just one I knew.
Yeah, the duck hunt dog.
The duck hunt dog.
That you can move him around with the other controller, piss people off even more. I hated that dog. You have no idea.
I did too. I tried to shoot him. It never worked.
It wouldn't let you.
But my brother always held the controller, and I thought he was messing with me. Well, apparently he really was messing with me, like in real life.
Finding out by like letting their little kid pretend to play with the second controller and then noticing they're moving the dog around.
No doubt. Oh man! All right, Jeff. Do you want to start this week in retro, my friend?
Sure.
All right. Let me get.
So normally I only did a couple. I only did it till the end of the month. Can't wait for Elon to release 4,000 characters on the dead platform.
I messed up. Give me a second.
But
just keep going.
Sure how many characters you can put in a toot on Mastodon? So.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Ray, you're on Hive, aren't you? You're on Hive, aren't you?
I'm on both of those.
Cool. Do you know how long the toots are on those?
How long the what?
The toots.
Toots?
The toots, the glutes?
I call them tweets.
That's not what they're called on Mastodon. Yeah, okay. Well, you guys call rating on YouTube
they're
rating.
Called toots.
They are, but
like farts.
Oh, really?
I don't make the names up, folks. I just report the names.
I don't think Jeff toots anyway.
So I do all the time.
I'm sure.
But
I don't think it's a toot.
Girls don't though.
No. My wife explained that to me.
Nope, nobody likes using.
My wife explained that to me. All right, Jeff. Here we go, sir.
So, to save my typing, I only now assume it's U.S. unless I actually put something else, because I'm always putting U.S. So the default is U.S. if I don't put it in unless I specify something else. So in the 80s and 90s, the first part of the year, not a whole lot was released other than in Japan. So in North America, not a lot going on. Anyways, Forever Kingdom on the PlayStation DOS from 2002. Again, not a lot North American wise or UK wise.
Yeah, definitely not.
Non-Japanese.
And I never played this title. This is one of those ones, Jeff, that you're opened my eyes to. And I love these kinds of games as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. That looked like that character model just broke a little bit.
Looked like a puppet whose strings were cut.
Yeah.
My son used to sit like that.
I have no strings to hold me down.
I used to sit.
Oh, that song is ruined now because of Marvel.
very Final Fantasy VII-esque with the large blades.
I was thinking that too, with the giant sword and the art
Yes.
and everything. Yeah.
No, his mother.
I thought that was a person with 2 heads.
I thought I
think
told you to
holding
play
someone else.
nice. Mother, go back in the house. Oh, wow.
Well, that wasn't nice.
Wow.
It wasn't nice. Lots of story here. I was trying to see what the game actually looked like.
If I had come to San Francisco for the football game, that's
Like
what
lots of story.
Islands what the game would have done to me.
Let's move on. Okay, let's see how you move on.
Yeah, let's see what's happening. I was trying to see him fight or something. We'll see if we get that far.
I am really getting a lot of Final Fantasy vibes.
Definitely.
What the hell is that thing?
That is a triangle.
Whoa!
Up the...
Okay.
Who ran away from it?
Yeah, I think we should burn it with fire, maybe.
Its little nose thing.
Just a guess. Did we get to combat yet?
No.
Oh, here we go. Maybe we're going to see some action.
Whoa. Jeff, you know what that reminded me of?
No, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Oh, here we go. Very Final Fantasy-esque. But it's not turn-based. Yeah.
Which is kind of the only thing I don't like about Final Fantasy, so this is intriguing.
A lot of people don't. Yeah.
I don't mind the turn-based.
I'm not patient enough for it. I just want to slash. Stab things.
That's cool. That looks really, really cool, actually. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know why that's not there.
I don't know, but you have a cool background.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Hit escape.
Oh, I'm going to hit escape, buddy. Pow. There we go.
There we go.
On to the next one.
What was next?
Did you see that comment, Will?
Oh, no, I didn't.
From Ryzak. Hi, Ryzak.
Ryzak! Oh, it's amazing. I'm getting jumbled. Let me get rid of that for a second.
Why is he trolling me?
Raymond's YouTube link needs updating in the description. Oh!
Is that for real?
Why is he trolling me?
What am I missing?
There was the whole North American video game crash in the 80s. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we almost, due to Atari, we almost lost gaming, man. The whole bottom fell out.
Well,
But-
ET didn't suck so hard.
That's right. Jeff doesn't think so, though.
Jeff jumped down in the hole and got an ET game out. Got the game.
It's right over there. It's on the other side of the cave. Too far to wander over there.
Ray's link is broken.
Oh,
They're
I will
serious.
fix it. I will fix it.
They're
I
not
will
Yeah.
fix it.
I wonder I can't get anybody to come subscribe or something.
Oh, my fault. My bad. I'm trying to get back to Jeff's This Week in Retro, and because here, this is what I got to do. There we go. Now I'm fine. We're back going. Okay. Share screen. There we go. There you are, Jeff.
Cool.
Oh,
Disciples 2, Dark Prophecy, the Windows version. Again, I was scraping the barrel of early
You know
games
what?
in the 90s and 2000s.
did you ever play that game?
I think I had Disciples.
I think I have too. I think it sounds
I had
familiar.
Disciples. Yeah.
But I'm also old and got Alzheimer's, so.
You also have Alzheimer's? Well, let's check this game out and see what we're working with here. Put a little bit off.
Strategy first.
Bethlehem is dying. A decade ago, the first great wars had spread blood throughout the lands. The mounting clans were slaughtered. Half of their realm fled behind their great runic portal. The others driven mad out of fear of the Ragnarok. For in their dreams, they saw their own dark fate.
Look up Kirby's Dream Land 2, Red Canyon, Area 55. Nice. I'll have to do that.
Cool.
See if we can see
I don't
the
like
actual
to be
game.
face stare at What the heck?
Oh, it's the trailer.
The Empire. The children of the Empire sing death songs. An empire without an heir could only portend chaos.
Now I have to say, to be 100% here, that looked awesome, but most cutscenes look great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Trailers always look good.
Absolutely. All right, Jeff. We're back.
Crazy Taxi for the Dream. Everybody loves the Crazy Taxi.
Yes, they do. Crazy Taxi is an amazing
Whenever
game.
I play the Simpsons version, everyone's like, this looks like Crazy Taxi.
Probably in the top 5 of best Dreamcast games. Like,
hey!
I mean, I did prefer the Simpsons.
Crazy Taxi.
But
nah, dude, come on, man. You like that's the hills in San Francisco are like that. You know, that's how the hills are.
Sorry about the audio. I had to shut it off. I know. But this is iconic, and it hits you right in the nostalgia, man. I run so many people over. The only thing I wish is that this game was slightly, just a tiny bit more GTA, to where you hit people and they would go flying and stuff. But love this game. Love it.
They didn't have those animations back in the day.
No, they didn't.
I don't know if you guys have ever watched me play any game that has driving in it, but I'm absolutely terrible at it and I run into shit. So this was my jam because you're supposed to run into things.
David says he has a retro. Oh, I got a retro game for you guys. I've had a few cab drivers.
retro to David is PlayStation 4. So I like the Simpsons version too. The Simpsons version I play.
Retro is in the eye of the beholder.
It is.
This next one I put on there, I think this is the first time I've ever found a mobile game.
Yes, and it's the first time that I found a mobile version of the mobile game that he's talked about, which might be a little confusing. But check this out. This is Doom on mobile. And this is the first time.
Nokias. Used to have some Nokias. I used to have a little Nokia. It used to light up when the phone rang.
Wait a minute. Did you have the Nokia Engage? Did you have that or no?
No. I don't think we had that in Canada.
Nokia.
You'll like this, Jeff. Watch how he's firing.
He's using a stylus?
Yeah, he's using a stylus to shoot people.
Nice. Now that's an HP. That's a Windows.
Yes.
So that's a Windows. That's an old Windows. What?
I had a Palm Pilot. What do they call them? Palm Pilot or something?
Blackberries.
Yeah, I have a Palm Pilot.
Yeah. God.
Look at the screen resolutions. 320 by 240. Yeah, we're cooking with fire.
God, this is taking me back.
We're cooking with fire, man. Graphics Gear says I had Doom RPG on one of my first cell phones. It was a turn-based Doom game. Oh, that's amazing. My dad worked for Rogers back in the day. I used to get all the phones. I'm taking it that Rogers isn't a neighbor's house, that must be an electronics store.
No, it's like T-Mobile.
Oh, gotcha.
I remember Roy Rogers.
Yeah. I have this disc somewhere. I tried to find it quickly this morning, but I couldn't. I think I've even played this on Retro Friday Night. Devil May Cry Dose.
Oh, I have this one, the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I couldn't put my hands on it, but I found an old Spider-Man game, and I found an old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that is going to have to make an appearance on Retro Friday Nights.
A bunch of people love the Devil May Cry games. They got a really cool story.
Dante.
Yep.
So weird watching old games, man, with the lack of texture.
I don't know, man. Graphic looks good.
No, it looks good. Oh, it does. Ooh, that was actually a good effect for the PS2.
I think I played Devil May Cry 3. I think it's 3 that I played on Retro Gaming Friday Night.
But I just like the atmospheric effects when you're chasing like Shocker and Spider-Man like through the air is, I don't know. they've just come so long, man. But yeah, lots of people love Devil May Cry. I kind of skipped it a little bit. Grandpa Rust would smack me in the back of the head for saying that because he loves it.
I can't see. It says, have you played Phantom Dust? Well, I can tell you, if you go to Jeff's house, you'll see a lot of dust.
It's not Phantom Dust, though.
No.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. From all the way overseas, Double D Wilson is sharing with us a informative how to play the game Kirby. See, there's a curb, and there's a curb, and there's a player. Wait, I'm already confused. Okay, curb, player 2, curb, and a ball. Wait, I'm confused again.
Bounce the ball.
Basics of a match. That is so awesome. I'm going to actually, you can see me, I'm going to save that.
Oh, I lied to you. Oh, no, I didn't lie to you. It's Devil May Cry 3 that I had and played.
Devil May Cry 3?
Yeah, Devil May Cry 3. It wasn't 2.
Right on.
Thought it was 3. I think I played this on. You're playing Spider-Man, aren't you?
Yes, I am. The Spider-Man remake.
Yeah, remakes. You people in your remakes. Rainbow Six. Splinter Cell.
That was such an old man thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
I'm an old
Definitely.
man.
What?
I'm an old man. What's this one? What's this one?
I don't know. You're wiggling it around.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Spec Ops. Spec Ops.
Yeah. I'd have to throw that in there.
Hey, Jeff, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a
You
ball.
can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's right.
Lord of the Rings. Anybody want to play Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. That's a good one. That's a good one right there, Jeff.
And then this one this will have to be
The Incredible Bulk. Oh, no. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, Jeff, you ain't got this. You ain't got this.
Yes, sir.
Boy.
And this one, I'll have to play.
Oh, that is a collector right there, Ray.
I'll have to play this for Sierra.
Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. Let's hope it's really downhill. That way you roll further.
I played a lot of Tony Hawk
games.
games.
I played.
I never knew what I was
Okay, where are
doing.
we?
No.
Nope.
Jeff, okay, Jeff. We're on to the second list.
Oh, I got Sonic Rivals for the PSP, but not Sonic
Playboy.
That's a
You know what? That almost made the list. That almost made today's list, but
the Playboy did.
Yeah.
Right on. What game is that?
This is Sonic Rivals for the PSP, but I had Sonic thingy on there. Sonic, what did I have? Sonic, whatever I had.
You have Sonic Heroes on there, Jeff.
There you go.
Sonic Heroes PlayStation 2 version.
Did you ever play this? Anybody?
I believe I did.
Not this
I
one.
believe I did.
I mean, I don't think so. All the Sonic games kind of mesh together in my brain.
Yeah.
It is true.
There's so many of them. He was a great mascot.
Did I play it on Sega? Did I play it on PlayStation?
We just watched the Sonic 2 movie, which was cute and nostalgic, but that's about it.
I agree with Miz Tracey 100%.
They re-released Phantom Dust for free on Windows and Xbox. Great shout.
Tony Hawk.
There's Tails. Let's see what's up. Let's see some gameplay. Woo! Man, that's fast. It's so cool, man, to see how far game design has come, man. And what we would have considered like groundbreaking. Look at that. They're all working together. Look at that.
Tails to the rescue.
I mean, there's some games that we think are beautiful, and there's no way they can possibly upgrade from there. And I mean, I was thinking that in the 90s, you know. And now you see some stuff like, have you seen what was that PlayStation one that just came out, Horizon? That looks so goddamn real.
Like, I played Rabbids with my son on Amazon Luna this morning, and the party one was actually great. That was good.
Oh, when they go downhill. That's cool.
Get the ring.
You're missing a lot of rings.
Oh.
Plays like me.
That is so cool, man. Trick. That for back in the day was pretty spectacular.
I have seen at some of the retro stuff. I have seen this game, but it's been over $100.
Oh yeah. Not surprising.
The next one I put on because I heard a rumor that you might be playing the Mafia games on Wednesdays.
Yes, I started Mafia 1 remake, and what I decided to do for a lot of these games that I want to play through and enjoy for myself, I'm not going to stream like the entire playthrough, but I did stream it once, and I'm going to beat it, and then I'm going to install a bunch of realistic mods and then stream it one more time. Check out the mods and the
I'm telling you, man,
official ray tracing and stuff.
Graphics, you sit up here making fun of me, but I was the man when it came to getting the games for the cheap because I know where to go.
Why is Kevin Sorbo trending on Twitter? What happened?
Oh, please don't tell me he died.
No, he didn't pass, did he?
I don't know. Come on. Kevin Sorbo is trending, and anytime I see someone trending, I'm like,
it's not good. It's either you got me. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, why is Kevin Sorbo trending on Twitter?
Yes, okay. Mafia. Yes. Let's check out the original here. I almost skipped right over it without even playing it. Now, Ray, you watched my game just recently.
Yes.
It's very cinematic and very movie-esque, but it does not look as pretty, does it?
No.
Not even close.
And that's the thing, guys, that some of these games that were in the past, if you have a beefy whatever console, PC, and you can go back and play these games and look at, like, I mean, it looks beautiful, and when it's updated graphics.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park with the remake.
Yeah, they did.
I know Jeff doesn't like remakes, but I love that they're remaking some stuff because some stuff was so good, and there's people that don't want to touch it because it's so old. They don't want to play it. Now there's a remake of it, so now it's relevant again, and they're checking it out for the first time, maybe. And I like remakes.
Yep. They got, what is it? The space game that's a remake coming out. Looking forward to that, and Resident Evil 4.
Wow,
it looked like him.
Yeah, you got a crook.
This was one of those games that really did really good facial animations in the early beginning. There's also a detective game, LA Noire, that does extremely good with facial acting and stuff.
Yeah, it actually looks like there's like if you're impaired, you can actually read their lips, kind of thing.
Do we know if LA Noire got a remaster or a remake? Because I think that would look spectacular. But yeah, it's very much like a movie. The Mafia game. There we go. Look at how bland that looks comparative to the city that we're all in now.
That's a nice looking car.
Yeah.
Well, there's some.
It's a Model T. Look at that. Mafia was such a great game, though. Mafia 2 took it to the next level, and then Mafia 3, like it or not, had like one of the best soundtracks ever.
I agree with you, Paul, about LA Noire and Graphics Gear. He hated it. I'm telling you, Jeff and Graphics Gear should buddy up.
He was one of the people in the San Francisco area that would have liked to have seen me if I had come to town, unlike other people on this panel.
It got a remaster on Xbox One and PS4, but it was barely any different. Oh, that stinks. Because if they really like remade it, that would be exceptional. Rudigs hated LA Noire too. Not a fan. I see.
Yeah, can't like everything. Draken, the ancient.
Yeah, you both belong.
Oh, did I miss one?
You guys both
belong. So the PlayStation 1 was. Oh, the Mafia was released in the United States, Germany, and Italy. That's what the G and the I stand for.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, it was released in those three on the same day. Sorry about that.
And then Draken, the Ancient Gates.
Once Elon releases 4,000 characters on my tweets, it'll make this so much better.
I heard you have to pay for that.
Oh.
You gotta pay for everything now on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's pissing off all his advertisers.
Wow, look at those fingers, bro.
Sentence.
Dude, look at that guy's egghead, man.
I'm gonna go back just a minute. Oh
my God.
Is he talking? Is that dragon talking?
I think it was supposed to be.
Like Ray.
Her standing there with those weird fingers, man. They were like this long and shit. It was crazy looking. I've never played this game. Ray, have you ever checked this out?
I remember seeing it in the store. I think I have it in my collection somewhere. I just never played it. But I
Look at her fingers.
I played some Draken, I think.
Why is she wiggling her fingers like that?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks a little silly.
Spell.
Yeah. Like stand
don't you get you're wiggling your fingers, getting a good grip on the
good distraction
on
Look
the
at my
sword.
wiggly fingers.
You gotta
watch my fingers while I pickpocket.
Yeah, what is up with the guy? He's one of the cone heads.
He is, man. He is. He says, "Tang to the moon."
Look, man. Look at all the hair.
Ray, take your hat off. That looks like you.
Whatever. Look.
To the moon.
He's got your hairy body.
He's a conehead, bro. No doubt about it.
Hi, Vic.
Let's see. What does he say? Wait, right here. I think I may pick up LA Noire on Steam, seeing as it's an offer. Pick it up. Nimble fingers are a clear sign you're an expert sword master. Hey,
exactly.
Look, we have finger animations. That's right. And they look good.
Oh my god!
You could tell they were fingers.
Whoa, the way she rolls.
Whoa.
Wait
a minute. I've got some nightmare fuel. That actually is a cool character design.
What
to be honest,
what the hell is up with the thing on the back of his head?
I think that's his hair, Ray, and the back of his cloak. And that's a monocle.
That's a mustache.
Ray, you should grow your hair like that. Just a little half row on the
That's a monocle, my friend. That's a monocle. Hey, Rock, thank you for joining us, man. We're going over this week in retro. That's a cool character design right there. I don't know, though. It's a little interesting. Let's go a little further and see if we can get some action here, maybe.
Sister.
You get to ride that dragon?
Oh, look, she changes her outfit. Changes her outfit. I think that's
she's wiggling her fingers again.
She can't help it. Okay, it's not her fault.
Poor thing, she's very bow-legged.
Ride the dragon.
You know, you ride too many dragons, you get bow-legged.
Oh my!
You don't want to catch scales. Oh, that's a little janky, but that's cool though for the time.
Look, I like how the wings on the dragon is moving. The dragon is cool. I like the dragon.
That is cool, man. Definitely never played it and probably never will.
Yeah.
Poor thing. She needs to eat
It's one of my favorite games. Not on this damn console, but one of my favorite games.
So how many people remember the old Dragon's Lair? This was the Game Boy Color. Oh, I spelled color wrong. Version. Sorry, David and Adam Stone. I spelled color wrong.
No, because it's a U.S. release, so you did great.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Dragon's Lair, and I never played this on the Game Boy, but I imagine it's not great. Let's see.
You imagine incorrectly.
Whoa.
Princess Daphne! Now, this game, when it did come out, Don Bluth did amazing art. The soundtrack was stellar. It was very much like an animated choose-your-own-adventure you could play at the arcade cabinet. It ate a lot of quarters. It made a lot of money. And just a great game in the arcade, or Laserdisc, because it's basically the same if you can get it on Laserdisc.
Rudiggs had a question. Do you think the next evolution will be us controlling real people, like movie quality NPCs and characters?
That's a good guess. I think your guess is as good as mine, Rudiggs. Who knows if we're going to be controlling characters on the screen with our brains and not our hands or our thoughts? I mean, who knows? There's a part in this could be very possible for us in Back to the Future where he plugs in the old cabinet and he goes, "What? You have to use your hands? That's for kids." Like, I mean, one day it might be like that for us. I don't know. But Laserdisc, though, was an exact copy of the arcade, pretty much.
I'm so mad that my idiot brother, his Laserdisc player doesn't work.
Well, I have to say this. For this to be a Game Boy Advance game, this is quite colorful.
Keep it color.
It was all about the Betamax.
Beta. I always have to say beta like that when you say that. I'm sorry, Ray.
That's all good.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Look at that. Yeah, it's just for them to actually get some of these animations to work on a Game Boy Advance is quite remarkable.
Game Boy Color.
My brother was always on the leading edge of the wrong technology, so he had a laser disc, which he says doesn't work, which pisses me off. He was a big proponent of Beta Max, which did not last, and he was also a big proponent of the high disc DVD. Remember those?
Yes. You know, Jeff, a matter of fact, my parents would laugh their ass off. I would used to ask to go rent a movie, but it was called Disc, and I had a little bit of a speech impediment. So I would say, can we go to the Dick store? And my mom and dad would laugh their ass off.
That's actually the grocery store in my town is named Dick's. So
really?
Yeah.
I got to run to Dick's real quick.
Well, there's a Dick's Sporting Goods. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that pretty impressive, though, for the little bit of detail that is there, how well you can make out the image and that it's him? Like, I think they did a good job on that.
Yeah, but that's nice and big. Picture it on the little Game Boy Color screen.
That's true. That's true, too.
Yeah, but we all had better eyes back then.
I suppose.
Some of us did. You see them kids with the Coke bottle glasses? Hey, I've seen it, man.
And finally, and I ended at the end of January because I just didn't have time or the energy to do a month's worth. We do the show once a month now, folks. I can't do a month's worth of retro this week in retro. It'll just kill me. Even though I start, midweek. What do we do?
Exactly. Graphics gear.
Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Starship Bridge Simulator, the SNES version was released.
So Jeff, tell us about your love affair with Star Trek.
No, my brother's the Star Trek guy. I like the original. After the original, once Kirk left, that's it. I was done with it.
Ah, so Kirk was your captain, huh?
Kirk was my captain. Yes. That other funny sounding bald guy. No.
That's pretty mean there, Jeff. That's pretty mean.
That's mean.
Well, this game is interesting because it looked really good for the NES. It looked like something that'd be on the SNES, or was this on the SNES?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So, okay, this is the SNES, but
okay.
But it looks really good. It looks like what the almost like if Rare would have made the damn game. It looks very simple for now, but you could literally pick your Star Cruiser, pick a loadout, and do some cool stuff. You could explore, check out planets. Let's try to show you something interesting. Here we go.
I was mad that they became friends with the Klingons. Klingons were always my enemy. Once they became friends with the Klingons, I was done with that nonsense. Sorry.
Well, hey, if you start up Star Trek Discovery, which some people hate, but if you watch Star Trek Discovery, the Klingon War starts. It's pretty good. Pretty decent, anyway.
Ray, you got something vibrating in the background?
Yeah, I think he does. I think it's party time.
It's my son calling my phone, being a troll.
Is that Brock Purdy calling? Needing some help? Needing some advice?
He's gonna be very upset when I take his phone from him.
Oh.
Isn't that a Christmas gift, Ray?
Yes, it was.
Poor feller.
Good, Ray, take it away.
Poor feller. Anyway, you could do a bunch of stuff. It was actually cool. They have way more advanced versions of Starfleet type games out now. But it was really cool to mess around back in the day. I was getting this one confused with the other Star Trek one where you actually went down and like beamed away to crashes and stuff.
Yeah, just to comment on David's post. Yeah, I stick mostly to games. I don't. There's a lot to different companies bought out this company, and whoever invented started a new one, 2K, and Take-Two made 2K, and Atari bought out this company, and this company merged with that. I leave all of those out. I focus mostly on the games, but yes, and there's lots of movement, lots of game things, lots of good stuff happening, and but.
I find that kind of fascinating though, because Nintendo's so like, I don't know, Nintendo. That's their own thing. They don't want anybody to touch it.
Yes. Yeah, what's absolutely shocking to me is how different our history could have been with gaming. Like Nintendo was basically had their fingers in they had their fingers in the PlayStation, they had their fingers in the PC Engine, they had they even had deals with Sega, or not Sega, they Philips CDI, like they had all these kinds of things that could have happened that would have changed the consoles we were playing on. It's just
but then
funny how it turned out.
But then something else would have changed.
Oh, sure.
Right? So it's not linear like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, we are at
Time Machine taught us anything.
We are at the end of our show. We thank you guys so much, man, for participating in the chat and for hanging out with us, man. We had a blast today. We're gonna go around. We're gonna let everybody know where you're gonna be, what you're gonna be up to, and where they can find you. Everybody's stuff is pinned in the description below. If you'd like a link, we're gonna be fixing Ray's as soon as
some
this
correct
is done.
and some not.
So Ray, where can people find you, man? What are you gonna be up to?
Tonight I will be streaming on RayRay3473 on my Twitch account, and I will be doing some Blood Hunt. It's the Vampire Battle Royale. I'm playing it on the RTX 4080 on GeForce Now, and it's a lot faster, and I'm killing a lot more vampires. If you guys want to see that, come check it out. Tomorrow I will be doing a Warhammer 40K Dark Tide on my YouTube channel, The Game Inside Board Ray 3473, and then also catch the Rock Show with SPG, myself, David D. Wilson, and the wonderful, the legendary Rock, where we talk about gaming, cloud gaming, and all kinds of good stuff and make you laugh. So, chat, you've been amazing. It's good to be back with my friends on this panel, and guys, take care.
Miz Tracey, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch. I mean, I'm on everything, but you can find me on Twitch. Gosh, I'm streaming so many games this week. I'm doing High on Life, Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, Ark, Grounded, Fall Guys, Halo, Icarus, and I think 7 days too. So that's a lot.
That's
of games.
9 damn games.
Yeah. So like one day, like on Tuesday, I play 3 different games.
I love games.
And yeah, like I said, I spend like, I don't know, the good 20 minutes of the stream just relearning how to play the game, and most of the stream ending up hitting the wrong buttons because I'm thinking of a different game, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this new game I've never played before, Icarus. I just started it last night. Survival.
What's that about?
So you like land on a planet and you're like exploring the planet and trying to upgrade your gear, and you bring like your upgraded stuff to your mothership or whatever, and then there's missions you can do and stuff, but I haven't really looked into the missions. We're just doing open world and trying to learn how to play the game, but it's your typical survival crafting. You level up, you unlock blueprints to make better stuff, you go get better gear, you go get better materials, you shoot your friend in the back of the head because there's friendly fire.
Oh no.
That kind of thing. So, yeah, that happened.
Oh no, that sounds like
you can light things on fire.
It's on GeForce.
You can light your house on fire. If you get caught on fire and you run into your house or you run into a bush, you can light the bush on fire. If you light the bush on fire, you can start the whole forest on fire. I'm gonna burn our house down. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So somebody can panic and ruin everything.
Yeah. Or just
I'm on fire!
I have a lot of clips of me walking into campfires in different games, except now this one is going to be much more deadly. I won't just hurt myself. So it'll be interesting, but we got a lot of fun stuff. So
that you talking about fire just reminded me of something. In Red Dead, when you walk up to somebody's camp and they stand up and they're like, "You get out of here!" and they step in their own fire.
Yeah.
You're like. Anyway, I find that shit funny. Jeff's not with us, but he'll be back.
Yes, I am.
Oh, come on,
Yes,
Jeff.
I am.
Where are you gonna be, Jeff?
Yes, I am. I'm right here. Hold on. I'm right here.
Whoa.
He sounds out of breath. Oh.
Right?
Oh, did they win or something, Jeff? What happened?
No, the game hasn't started.
He's just getting ready.
Started. He's getting in his Dallas mode.
Well, I see he's got his witch hat on. He's ready to do some magic.
It's Cowboys play the 49ers coming up.
Once again, I will ask Ray. Winner wears the other person's jersey.
I don't have a Cowboys jersey.
Well, you can acquire one.
Say, I don't think you can overnight any from Canada, but if it's possible, he will figure a way.
So,
right.
Is Ray going to take me up on the challenge?
Are you going to send him a jersey?
Nope.
He said nope.
No.
Yeah, you gonna see
You don't
me a
have
jersey?
any faith in your team?
You gonna see me a jersey? No.
If you send him the jersey, I bet he'll do it.
So he said he was supposed to come out here and he reneged. He didn't come out.
It is true.
You know, it
is true.
I
said I wasn't going to be on.
I thought we were gonna hang out, go to a bar or something. You know.
Well, no. If memory serves, you actually threatened me, so I decided not to come.
Yeah, he did. He threatened you with a good time.
He did not.
Oh my! What kind of?
I have a 49ers jersey.
Do you?
That's because you're secretly a fan.
Yeah. See, so you should take the bet, Ray. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Nah, I don't want to bet him. He's the biggest.
No faith.
Anything else you want to plug, Jeff?
Yeah, plug his mouth.
Nah, he says nah. He said I clucked it, Ray. That's good enough.
Nah.
All right, man. Well, you all know me. You're on my channel. I'm SPG. Thank you so much, man, for you guys hanging out, participating in the chat. I can't thank you enough. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Tuesdays with The Rock and Ray. And Monday we're doing some more Battlefield, and then Wednesday I think I'm doing Spider-Man, and then Friday I'm going to jump into some more Among Us. I've been really enjoying doing those streams and airlocking Ray and Jeff. I think it's amazing.
I'm so bad at that. I'm a terrible liar.
I think you'd be good at it, Miz Tracey. You don't think so, but I think you would.
Jeff.
Ooh, look at that.
Who's that?
All right. Any final statements besides you guys are awesome? Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Have
Go
a
Cowboys.
great weekend. You.